Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Okay, let's get into my review of I Know What You Did Last Summer, the 2025 edition. So I have to tell you, I did not really want to go see this movie in the movie theater. My husband dragged me to it several weeks ago. He really, really wanted to see this movie. I want so bad to do a review on this channel where I just get on here. I'm like, I love this movie. Everybody needs to see this movie. I was so excited about this movie and it just met all my expectations. Unfortunately, this is not going to be the review. Okay. So several weeks ago, my husband was like, I want to see the new I Know What You Did Last Summer while it's still in the movie theaters. I think it's actually streaming now, like on HBO Max or something. I don't know. It's streaming online now, so you can watch it online. You don't have to go to the movie theater like I did. The one good thing about this movie was my popcorn was delicious. It had a perfect amount of butter and salt on it. I had amazing candy, and my fountain pop was amazing. That was good. Other than that, the movie sucked. The movie was so bad. Now, I have to tell you, okay? I am such a lover of these movies, okay? The I Know What You Did Last Summer movies. So the original the OG I Know What You Did Last Summer originally came out in 1997, all right? So at that time, I don't know how old I would have been. I would have been, let's see, I was born in 72, so I would have been 25 years old. Okay, so just to put this in perspective, I got sober, I've been sober for over 30 years. I got sober in 1994, December 17th of 1994. So after that, my first boyfriend and I, we went to a lot of movies. That was like one of the things I did in early sobriety was I went to, first 5 years of sobriety, I went to a lot of movies. And he and I loved horror movies. And so we, back in the day, I don't even know what years these movies came out, but like Urban Legend, I Know What You Did Last Summer, The Faculty, they all had kind of the same people in them. And I Know What You Did Last Summer, the Scream movies, all those, loved all those movies. And a lot of them, like I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I think it was Killing Mr. Griffin, were based off of Lois Duncan books. Well, I had read some of the Lois Duncan books when I was growing up. If you guys don't know what the Lois Duncan books, there was several authors when I was growing up in the 80s, that in the 70s and 80s, that wrote books that were like teen slasher novels, but they were kind of cheesy. And the authors were like Lois Duncan. She was the one that wrote the original I Know What You Did Last Summer. And then there was also Christopher Pike, who wrote the book that they turned, The Midnight Club, which they turned into a TV series on Netflix. Diana O was another one. There was like 5 or 6 really famous. You can get all of these at the Goodwill. In the book, I have tons of them in my basement, okay? And I love these books these days. To this day, I love the Lois Duncan books. The Face in the Mirror. I love the Christopher Pike books. I love the Diana O books. The Diana O books are very much like, it's like sorority sisters, and they're like in the cover of it is like, and she's like screaming by a pool or something like that, in a bikini. I love those books. We read them. We passed them around when I was in high school. I love those books. But anyway, so I was really excited when the original came out, and I loved the original. I loved the original with, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and after I got sober, I started watching Party of Five, and so Jennifer Love Hewitt was from Party of Five. So I loved Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr. He was in She's All That, which is another one of my favorite movies from that era. Sarah Michelle Gellar, loved her in Cruel Intentions, loved her, and I loved I Know What You Did Last Summer. So anyway, I can remember, I've probably seen this movie, in all honesty, the original, at least 100 times. Because I can remember the apartment that I lived in, like when it came out on cable, I would go work out in the gym after I got off from work, and I would run on the treadmill, and then I would lift weights. And the TV would always be on, and I was the only one in the gym, and it would be on like USA Channel or something back in the day on cable. And the original movie would always be on because, and Ryan Philippe. And so it would be him in that scene where he's in the gym and he gets murdered. If I didn't ruin it for you, it's been out for almost 30 years. But anyway, so I guess 25 years. But anyway, well, 27 years, I guess it would be. Anyway, so I can remember I would watch that movie while I worked out. I have seen this movie so many times. I loved it. So anyway, my husband and I, we were going to go see this movie, and I said, the movie theater was dead. I mean, we were the only ones in there, I think. And I said, he goes, I can't believe it's so empty. And I said, because everybody's at Weapons. Because Weapons, the movie that everybody's talking about, that's the movie we should be going and seeing. Well, if you watch my review of Weapons that I posted last week, then you know that I didn't feel a whole lot different about that than I did about this one. Which, I love horror movies, and sometimes, like, the kind of cheesier, the worse they are, the more that I love them. So anyway, I was like, okay, I'm going to go see this. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to love it. I love seeing horror movies in movie theaters. I've seen the original Halloween, the original Exorcist. My husband and I, we both love horror movies. He doesn't love them as much as he used to, but we love to go see horror movies in the movie theater. So it's something I've always loved to do my entire life. So I was like, okay, I'm going to strap myself in. I'm just going to get in the mood. So I was really into the mood of it, okay? So I go and I'm watching this movie, okay? Now, I was really kind of confused, and I will say, like, my comparison to this is Halloween Ends, okay? The last Halloween movie that just came out. Because what I don't understand, when they do these, like, not necessarily, this wasn't a remake, it was an entirely new story, and Sarah Michelle Gellar is in it, Freddie Prinze Jr. is in it, and Jennifer Love Hewitt are in it. They all have, like, well, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. have kind of prominent roles. Sarah Michelle Gellar has a cameo role because she died in the original. So, I knew it wasn't a remake. I knew they were going to be in it in some way, shape, or form. But it kind of reminded me of Halloween Ends a little bit because I am a huge lover of the Halloween franchise, all right? What I didn't understand about the very last movie, it was Halloween Ends, right? It's Halloween Kills and then Halloween Ends, I'm thinking. Anyway, I feel like I should look it up, but I'm not going to. What I didn't understand with that, I think the guy's name in it was Corey. They introduced this new killer. What I didn't understand about that, and I said this in my review of it at the time that I put on my TV channel, was that they should have done, my TV review channel, sorry. They should have done Ask Fans what they wanted included in the very last Halloween movie. And they should have made it like a fan favorite movie, but they didn't do that. And so the movie was like just a reimagining of things and Jamie Lee Curtis, and it just fell so short for me because by that point, when you're at that level, like you're that many movies into a franchise, you should really be doing it for the fans. So I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025, which is kind of a reimagining of the original, kind of told over again, but with different characters. But some of the OGs are in it, is really for people that really know the original movie. No matter how old you are, if you just watched it last year for the first time or if you watched it 30 years ago like I did. It's really for people that love that movie and that storyline because there's, several movies in the series now. So that's I thought it was going to be a lot of things that had to do, I don't know, I just thought it would be a little campier. I thought it would be kind of playing off the old things. So when you watch it, what it is, so the original movie, if you never saw I Know What You Did Last Summer, is about a group of kids. They graduate from high school. They're getting ready to go do their separate things. Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to go to New York to be an actress. Jennifer Love Hewitt is going to Harvard or something like that. I don't know. Freddie Prinze Jr. is staying in town to be a sailor, or I think that's what he ends up doing. I don't know. David from Roseanne's in it. But anyway, so they're on the road late at night. I think it's 4th of July, and they hit somebody, and so they don't know what happened to him, and then somebody comes back, they think he died, and then somebody comes back and is in this, fisherman's outfit and is killing each of them one by one. And they're getting these notes that say, I know what you did last summer. Okay, so this movie starts, and it's same thing, same group of friends, it's a new group of friends in 2025, and it starts off with this, one girl being engaged, and then, and they're at her engagement party. And then the event happens where they're driving down the road and then somebody gets hit. It's a very similar situation, but a little bit different. If you haven't watched it, I don't want to ruin it for you. I'm not going to ruin the whole thing, but parts of it I will. People ask for spoilers, so I'm just going to give spoilers. But anyway, so then it flashes forward, it's not even enough time for her to have met somebody, fall in love and get engaged. And maybe that's part of the joke of it. I don't know. But it's 8 or 9 months later, and they're back at her new, bridal shower. And they're all there for a bridal shower, she wasn't, the last time they didn't see her was the night of her engagement party. And now she's getting married again to somebody new, okay? And I'm, at this point, so confusion, because her best friend in it, it's, the main character. She's, the new Jennifer Love Hewitt in it. Her wig is so bad in the movie. I kept on thinking, like, you know, and I talked about this in one of my videos, like, when a wig is so bad in a movie, you think it's purposeful, right? Like, is she going to cut her hair off, like in The Legend of Billie Jean? Is there going to be some, like, why is it such a bad wig, okay? Like, is there going to be a moment where the hair is short or it flashes forward? But no, it's just a bad wig through the whole movie. And I'm so fixated on the wig, and I'm sitting there eating my popcorn and stuff. I got so sick eating my treats. I'm so fixated on looking at this bad wig, and I'm like, why did they put a bad wig on this gal? Like, is she on some TV show where she's got blonde hair and they need brown hair for that? I did not understand. Then I clocked that 2 of them got bad wigs. Okay, now listen, we are in 2025, okay? And this might not be a good reimagining of this movie, but we have come far enough that we don't need to be putting bad wigs on people in movies, okay? Unless there's a purpose for it. Unless there's a reason for it. But it just distracted me through the whole movie. So then I'm fixated on this gal, and I'm wanting to pull out my phone and find out who this gal is because she looks familiar. And I'm like, is she on a TV show? And that's why she got a wig on. My husband's like, don't pull out your phone. We don't do that in movie theaters. So anyway, I'm so confused about all this, okay? So then each of them start getting killed one by one. Same story as I Know What You Did Last Summer, the original. So then the one girl, the girl with the bad wig, she goes and hunts down Jennifer Love Hewitt, okay? And now Ray, who's played by Freddie Prinze Jr., he owns like a restaurant bar, okay? And was like, he had a boat, now he owns like this restaurant bar. And so then there was this girl that they're all kind of mean to, and her name's Stevie, okay? So anyway, which I like that name because Stevie Nicks is one of my favorite people. She ends up being the killer. I didn't like that she was the killer because I love that name, but that doesn't matter. So then they go, and like Jennifer Love Hewitt is like a college professor now, okay? And so they're like, you got to help us. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. Okay. So then she feels like she got to help them because she feels bad, right? Now, this is where you miss me with some of this shit, okay? Now, you done been in not 1, but 2 horror movies where you almost died. Okay, one on an island that you got isolated on and left on a boat. And another one, you almost got killed. And you're also the ghost whisperer, so you're psychic. And nobody done told you that you should not go back to this town, okay? No, there's no reason for you to go back to this town. I'd say you need to call the FBI, and you need to call the police, and you need to leave the town. One of the things I don't understand about these horror movies that are so bad is, why don't they just leave the town? There would be no movie. Well, that makes sense, right? But just leave the town, okay? You drove far enough to go get Jennifer Love Hewitt off her college campus. Just keep on driving, baby, okay? Just keep on driving. Go to Florida. Go to Miami. Listen, go to Las Vegas, okay? We just went there to stay at the Cosmopolitan, had a great time, okay? I didn't see no serial killers. I mean, I'm sure they're there, but I didn't see none of them, okay? And they weren't chasing me down. And if I was living, I don't know where you live, but anyway, there's no reason to go back to that town, okay? To save the 2 remaining friends that you have. They want you. They want to kill you, okay? So then Jennifer Love Hewitt shows up, and she's going to save the day, okay? But what killed me at this point was they showed Jennifer Love Hewitt get in her car, okay? Now, the kids in the show, because they're all rich as sin, right? Except for the killer. She's poor. That's the same storyline as the first one, see? And they're all driving G-Wagons and Range Rovers and Porsches and stuff like that. Jennifer Love Hewitt, they get her, and my husband did not get it. I am 53 years old, okay? I was around when the first movie came out. So, they put her in a Volvo, like, SUV. And I see her get in this car, and I go, my husband goes, what? No, he don't like talking in movies either. And I said, they did her so dirty. They put her in that Volvo SUV. I go, why don't she get a Mercedes G-Wagon? And he goes, what are you talking about? I go, they aged her up. They put her in a mom car. They put her in a Volvo SUV. What are they doing? So anyway, then she's sliding across the floor in her boots and her jeans. I mean, it's bad, okay? It's so bad. And then she figures out, oh, Freddie Prinze Jr., like, he's one of the killers, too. Then Stevie gets killed, and then she realizes Freddie Prinze Jr. is really the killer, and then Jennifer Love Hewitt, of course, saves the day. The only redeeming quality of this movie was that there was a dream sequence with Sarah Michelle Gellar, and she comes back, and that part was funny, and it was cute, and Sarah Michelle Gellar looks fantastic in it. I mean, they all look good. I mean, listen, baby, we all still look good. You know what I mean? I wasn't in no movies in the 90s, and I still look good. So anyway, but Sarah Michelle Gellar has this, like, dream sequence when she got, like, crowned as, like, I don't know, Miss Oyster Queen or whatever. I like that scene, but the rest of the movie was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. On my scale of 1 to 10, baby, I'm giving it a 2. I would never watch this movie. I don't care if it came up on my cable for free. I would not watch it. Now, I would watch the original again. The second one's real bad, though, on that island. Did you ever see the one on the island? It's bad. I think it's so. Was Brandy in that one? I love Brandy, I do, but she was in that movie. It was bad. This one was worse than that one. Okay, the sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. That one was bad. This one was worse. Don't watch it. I'm telling you right now, you're going to waste 2 hours of your life. You're going to be so pissed. Anyway, let me know if you watched it and what you thought. And also, let me know what your favorite horror movie is in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.